I'm Jonathan Lau, the founder of O3 Vets, and I'm pleased to introduce to you the 2024 Pet Guardian of the Year, Lisa Grigaitis. We chose Lisa because of her unwavering commitment to animals, because she is thrilled about ozone therapy, and because she has helped to educate others of her peers about ozone therapy and the benefits to animals. So, with nothing further ado, here's Lisa.
Okay, my name is Lisa Grigaitis, and I'm from Massachusetts. And I have a horse, a pony, and 2 German Shepherds. And how I got into ozone therapy was I had started seeing Dr. Roman for my dogs. And one of my German Shepherds, Summer, she's the youngest one. She had come down with anaplasmosis, which is tick-borne, and was extremely sick, and we had to rush her to the hospital. They kept her for 2 days, and then when they discharged her, they said follow up with your regular vet. And Dr. Roman was brand new to me at the time. I had only seen her, each dog had only seen her one time. So, of course, she was sent home on antibiotics, and her stomach was all messed up. And when I spoke with Dr. Roman, she said she started explaining ozone therapy to me, which I had never heard of in my life. And she was explaining how it worked, and it sounded like miraculous. So Summer actually went into the office, and they did rectal insufflation with her. And so then Dr. Roman was explaining to me how I could purchase my own equipment and do it at home. So I did a lot of research before I finally jumped into it. But I had also asked her at the time, my horse was extremely sick, and it sounded like it was something that could be extremely beneficial for him as well. So I did end up taking the plunge, and I bought my own equipment. And I was really nervous in the beginning to do it myself. I'd never inserted a catheter before, and so that was a little bit scary. But once I kind of got over that, it wasn't so bad.
You must be somewhat open-minded to different treatment methods because you're using ozone therapy at home. You're going to Dr. Roman. Did you always kind of think outside the box with that, or how did that come about with you?
Like, my mother never believed in like running to the doctor every time you had a sniffle. And so I never really like bought the conventional ways of, vaccination. And even though, I've done vaccination, my horse, I actually way over vaccinated, thinking that I was being a good owner at the time, not realizing all the harm it was really doing. So I've always thought outside the box. But I think what really turned me around was my male German Shepherd. He's the older of the two. When he was a puppy, he went in for his puppy vaccines, and then he started having seizures. And I was getting nowhere with the conventional vet. They like wanted to send me to specialists, and they were telling me it was his breeding, and I wasn't buying any of that. And so one night after work, I went home and I started documenting everything on the calendar. And as soon as I looked at the calendar, it like told me the whole story
Hmm.
of why my dog was having seizures.
Hmm.
And he would go in for his vaccine, and then so many days later, he would start having seizures.
Hmm.
And it was so clear once it was documented. When, of course, I was all excited that I had figured it out, but my vet wasn't very excited when I told her. And so I stopped going there shortly after that. She was extremely rude to me, and she obviously did not think the way I thought. So right then and there, I knew we were not going to be a good fit.
So you kind of went down the rabbit hole, and you found other veterinarians who were better fits for you, and started seeing hopefully some changes in some of your animals. Now, it doesn't always fix everything, obviously. The world is a place where people get sick, animals get sick, etc. But you gave us a window into how you got started with ozone therapy at the beginning there. Was it a challenge? Was it intimidating at first? Was it something you had to kind of, I don't know, work yourself up to be able to do?
No, actually, I was really excited. I was scared, but excited. And sometimes people don't always think the way that you do. So sometimes the pressure comes from other people, and they're not really there to support you. They more question you. And so then that makes you maybe not so sure, especially if, it's brand new to you to begin with. I am lucky in that I have one friend who thinks just like me. So she was extremely helpful in giving me the little bit of support that I needed to just move forward with it.
Because of your willingness to think outside the box and to try new things, you've seen at least of one or two of your own animals really benefit from ozone therapy. What would you say? Which animal would you say is the one that stands out to you as far as seeing that benefit most clearly?
Probably my horse Roy. I saw immediate results with him as soon as I started him on ozone therapy. He's got 3 different diagnoses. He has severe asthma. He also has insulin resistance. And he also ended up with a lymphatic stagnation issue in his sheath that the vets did not treat properly. And he now has a chronic issue from it. And in fact, they didn't even really know why he had the problem. Since I've become very educated in his care to try to get him better, I've done a lot of educating, and now I see how all disease is related. And now I can see exactly why he ended up with the lymphatic issue. And it all comes down to the cellular level. And ozone is so perfect at supporting the body on a cellular level. And I would notice after I would give him an ozone treatment that the swelling in his sheath would go down considerably. It's almost like it worked almost immediate.
You kind of stood out as somebody who was really excited about this, who had animals that benefited from it, who wants to help other people learn about it. And so we just wanted to thank you, first of all, for that, and for being the type of person who cares enough to tell other people and to be a part of that. So thank you.